Get this man some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
A Blazers podcast.
Okay, welcome back to Get This Man Some Help.
Whoa, look at you.
Did you get the letter?
You going to work with your dad today?
Did you get the text?
Whoa, what's going on here?
You know what today is?
What is today?
Today is where we hand out the Helpies.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
And
the
here I am
Helpies aren't
underdressed.
a venereal disease that Mr. Berg taught me about in 8th grade.
Yeah.
The Helpies are Get This Man Some Help awards
Oh my God.
that we hand out every year. And Sean apparently didn't get the dress code. I don't know what's going on with that.
Didn't get the memo. I'm dressing like an NBA coach. I'm in my sweatpants.
Yeah, actually, you're doing pretty good.
Can I just tell you, I wish they'd go back to wearing suits.
Oh, me too.
I mean,
Me too.
and I say that mostly out of jealousy. I just want to be completely clear on that.
Well, I mean, it's not like we have to dress up to do what we do.
Well, I mean, it's good form.
Yeah, it is.
If I'm going out to a place, I put on
Also,
pants with a zipper.
Yeah. If I could afford to, I'd be wearing, and somebody could be in charge of making sure my suits were fine. I'd be doing the suits all the time.
Yeah.
This is why you don't do a tie. Look at this. It's backwards, the whole thing. I wore this tie on my wedding day, Sean.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, was it backwards?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very nervous.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to hand out the Helpies, which is Get This Man Some Help awards. This is for only this season. So you can't, you can't give them to a past player from a previous era. It has to be from this roster.
Okay.
And we're going to kind of get through it. Okay. I know you're excited.
I'm
You haven't been
trembling
talking
with excitement.
about anything.
Trembling with excitement.
The players used to wear suits too. And I miss that as well.
Oh, when they traveled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they'd show, I mean, like, Carmelo Anthony would have this suit where each pant leg could fit like a barrel inside it.
Oh, those were good days, boy. Those were good days. You order like a tailored suit.
Yeah.
That was 8 sizes bigger than what it should have been.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It was like the Talking Heads video.
Yeah. All right. So the first award, Sean,
Okay.
is the Bill Walton Beard Award.
Oh.
For which player on the roster best fits the personality of Portland? Bill Walton famously was the perfect player for Portland. We've talked about this. Everything from the fact that he rode his bike in the victory parade to the fact that he enjoyed, going to the Oregon coast. He enjoyed some extracurricular activities. Everything about it. So is there any player on the team right now that you're like, hey, that guy needs to have the Bill Walton Beard Award?
The Bill Walton Beard Award. Well, I mean, I think it's Matisse Thybulle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Total vibe guy. I'm going to
vibe.
show up to work once every 4 days, but it's okay because I bring good vibes. Like, you're not going to complain that I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not hold up my fair share because I'm showing up to the office. You're like, oh, you still work here? Yeah, I still work here, man.
Yeah.
Have a coffee.
Yeah.
Have a beignet.
A beignet. Yeah, he's great.
It's organic.
You can see him opening up a coffee stand or
100%.
He's going to talk to you
sort of
about
aloof, disconnected, dimples. The walking embodiment of the city.
Yeah. And when the players go to the bench, you don't know what he's telling them. He could be talking about Kierkegaard.
Well, yeah, of course he is. Of course he is.
This reminds me of a Ruby poem.
I mean, can you imagine, like, Scoot sitting down and him waxing on?
Yep.
But are we really here, man?
But
are you really living? You're alive, but are you living? What is the nature of man?
Yeah.
Sterling?
Yeah.
Have you thought about that? The nature of man.
Yeah, he goes into...
Have another beignet.
I like that he calls him Sterling.
Yeah, well, of course.
So, my other finalist for this was Donovan Clingan.
Yeah.
Because, stay with me here.
Okay.
I feel like he sort of embodies all the suburbs of Portland.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
You
if
can
Matisse
tell me, that guy's
like
from
inner
Troutdale.
Southeast Portland.
Yeah.
Klingon is definitely like Tualatin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He grew up in Beaverton. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Hillsborough kid. Yeah, sure. No,
Went to Sunset, did he? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, Sunset High. Great. Yeah, makes sense. Not particularly like an exciting Yeah.
No.
But that is a part of what we are. So.
Yeah, by definition, not exciting. If they wanted to be exciting, they'd be hanging around with Matisse downtown.
You hang around with Matisse too much, you might not get out of bed the next morning.
Is Matisse a Pearl District guy or a Goat Blocks guy?
Oh,
yeah.
I think Goat Blocks. I think
has to be, right?
But he might have scooped up some real estate in the Pearl.
Well, the thing is, he's the kind of guy like the Pearl is too mainstream,
mm-hmm.
so he gets a penthouse in the Goat Blocks, but then renovates it for like $15 million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the guy who's like, hey, I know a spot. And then the next thing, you're waking up and you're under the bridge and you had the best night of your life.
That's right. Yeah.
You don't know. All right. Great. So the Bill Walton Beard Award goes to Matisse Thybulle. Congratulations. Your award's in the mail. Okay. The next award, the Racheed Walton. I was going to say, what Portland business should sponsor each of these awards, And for this one, for the Bill Walton Beard Award, it's got to be one of the pot shops, one of our venerable weed establishments, right?
100%. Electric Lettuce.
Yeah. Okay. The Rasheed Wallace's CTC Award for Who's Here Just for the Money. For those who don't know, Rasheed Wallace, he was the CTC guy, right? He was cut the check.
Yeah.
He was like, towards the end of his rocky career with the Blazers, at the end, he was just like, cut the check. I'm just here to play basketball. Pay me my money.
And they did. They did. Cut a lot for the time.
Yeah, for the time.
He got a lot of good checks cut. Well, I mean, the answer is obvious here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Jeremy Grant.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's not even close.
The only reason that I didn't want to choose Jeremy was that there's an award later on that I think he might be better suited for.
He can win multiple awards. We can do that here.
I guess
but no, I mean, they backed up a dump truck full of money to Jeremy Grant's house.
Yeah.
And immediately, as soon as the last gold coin was swept out of the dump truck, the situation changed dramatically. There's no more Dame. Mm-hmm. There's no more building a contender.
Right.
And that man has just been walking around dressed like some weird Catholic schoolgirl who is a part-time professional wrestler and is just cashing checks left, right, and center. The denim on denim with the skirt. I mean, come on, man. But the thing is, he can dress however he wants because he's rich. If
we ever get merch made, I want the T-shirt that says "Catholic schoolgirl, part-time wrestler."
Yeah,
perfect.
That's what the man is. The man is just, and the thing about it is because he's not playing. Yeah, it's just you only catch him in the periphery every now and again, and it's clear that he's adding he's going more and more crazy with the. He's trolling. I feel like he's just trolling at this point.
We all have our things. We all have what we do to deal with our stresses.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm obsessed with shopgoodwill.com. It's Goodwill's online marketplace.
Right.
And recently I went to my wife and I said, I'm getting a lot of Shop Goodwill stuff.
Sure.
I should probably stop. And instead of saying, yeah, that's a good idea, you should probably stop, she said, well, what's the harm? It's not that much money and it's used stuff. I feel like Jeremy Grant was like, hey man, I'm kind of going crazy here. And somebody was like, listen, buddy, what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Keep going. So he just keeps going.
Yeah. No, I mean, some of the outfit choices are just amazing.
Yeah.
This is Bridge Trestle meets Aquaman. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's go. You wearing a mermaid tail, Jimmy? Fantastic.
You could be a character in Zoolander. It's perfect. So the other person that I thought of for this award, but I don't think it quite fits, is DeAndre Ayton, just because he is making a lot of money, but I do think he wants to be here and he cares, and it's not. He just has the vibe where I don't think it's just about the money at this point, but maybe, I don't know. He's making a lot of it.
Well, he's making a lot of it, yeah. Listen, money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy all the things that make you happy.
Yeah.
Kind of situation where, that contract, I'd be smiling too.
Yeah. Do you have a business that you'd like to approach to sponsor this deal?
Sponsor
this award?
Check. Yeah. We could just do dispensaries all the way through.
We could, but I was thinking Portland City Grill,
Portland City Grill.
Yeah. Good, right?
The funny part about that, for maybe those who aren't from the Portland area, Portland City Grill is a long time place for
prom dates.
Yeah. It sits atop a tower and there's a good view, but it's actually full of the least fashionable people. Yeah. Yeah, you've never seen more sort of off the rack suits
But I do think they would be very thirsty for this sponsorship. So,
well, that's true. That's true.
Reach out.
Portland City Grill.
Or maybe it's something like Blue Star Donuts or something, who they expanded a little too fast. It's like, hey, we're kind of a thing. Let's go open 8 more.
You know what it is? It's there's what's that steakhouse out there on 130th? Sailors.
Okay.
I don't know if that place is still there, but for 60 years, it was the steakhouse. I mean, on the east side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Or no,
right.
Chart House. How about Chart House?
Chart House. All right, Jeremy Grant, you have won the Chart House.
Yeah.
Racheed Wallace CTC Award.
Deliver the most expensive restaurant for absolutely no goddamn reason.
No reason.
Food's not even that good. View's kind of subpar. But my grandfather paid $78 for a ribeye. Sure. I'm gonna come here and pay $78 for a ribeye.
That is a perfect analogy, because there's a certain level of cost that you get to, and it's before you can say that was a mistake, so it's after that was a mistake, but it's before I got ripped off. Yeah. And you're in this range where you're like, I spent a lot of money, so I better like it, and I'm going to tell everybody I liked it. And that's that's basically what Jeremy Grant
look like an
Hey,
asshole.
he's a good player.
Yeah, sure.
We like it.
Worth every penny. What are you talking about? Worth every penny. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah.
3&D.
Okay. Next up, the Arvydys Sabonis Are You Sure You Should Be Driving Award for Best After Hours Hang. Who's the best after hours hang?
Oh, poor Arvydys.
No, I'm not saying that bad. I'm saying I think he knows how to have a good time.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
So who's the best after hours hang? I have mine already. But...
Best after hour hang.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I feel like this is not objective. There's a little subjectivity in here.
Sure.
I would say for me, knowing what you know about me, Rob Williams III.
Oh, sure.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Perfect.
Because you're going to have fun. You're going to unwind, but you're going to be mostly safe.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything too crazy. It may be a pre-funk that just turns into a stay-funk sort of situation. Like, we're not going anywhere now. We're just, we're here. We're having a good time.
Yeah. He's like, do you want to go switch hats? You want to?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had on my work beanie.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my party beanie.
Yeah.
It's the same beanie.
I'm going to go with DeAndre Ayton.
Okay, sure.
Because I feel like we're going to end up like on the carpet, watching a movie, eating like Tostino pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Just like a wholesome, like, hey, do you got a tapioca pudding? Yeah, of course I do. There's a whole mini fridge of them.
Take what you want.
You want to play some Fortnite? Let's go.
Well, that's the thing. There's a certain optical illusion with DeAndre Ayton because he looks like he's 48.
Yeah.
But he's basically a frat guy.
Exactly.
Age. Yeah, a lot of pizza rolls, I'd imagine, at the Ayton household.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just a
Tostino's
lot of...
pizza. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
All right. You got a business for this one? Weed shop again. All right.
Electric Lettuce having a banner day. Good job, lads.
Okay, the J.R. Ryder Award for if you catch them on the right night, it could be the next coming of Jordan. So J.R. Ryder was a player. There were nights where I'm not trading this guy for all the Kings, all the gold in the Kings chest. This guy's got it all. So who's the guy who on the team right now? You catch him on the right night, you're like, this guy.
DB Hooper for sure.
Yeah.
Because there have been games where he looks like, oh my God, this guy's an all-star in the making.
Yeah.
And then there are other games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's that guy who you're looking at the Celtics and you're like, wait, they made a mistake.
Oh,
they made a big
what were
mistake.
They thinking?
Yeah.
And then you're like, to the bank.
Then you catch a couple times later, you're like, he does not enjoy passing. Also, like, he's not a point guard, but we put him in the point guard position.
Yeah, it's funny because if you go to ESPN.com, they list him as like a small forward. You're like, oh, yeah. Okay, I get it. But yeah, no, he there's some nights where he looks unstoppable, absolutely unstoppable. Yeah, J.R. Ryder was kind of like evil J.R. Smith because J.R. Smith was also one of those guys that every 7 weeks he'd play a game where he's the best player maybe in the history of the NBA. Yeah, and then he'd go back to being sort of, but he was always sort of good natured. You know what I mean? Whereas J.R. Ryder was. I was there. Yeah. I was at that game. I was working at that game where he left during halftime. he played the first half and he was just like, to hell with this. I'm out of here.
He's gone.
And he came out in his like street clothes. Like we were like, what? Like, wait, what?
Did he leave the whole arena? Or
He got in his car and went home. Go get my car. I'm out of here. I'm done.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, DB Hooper's a really good one.
But I don't think DB Hooper's like leaving mid-game.
No, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he just wants to, it's tough. Like if you're Delano Banton and your one elite skill is scoring, but that isn't necessarily elite among your peers, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah. I mean,
you got to do what you do.
We've got this guy here for like pocket change.
Yeah.
Like they found literally they pay him in coins.
Yeah.
So,
it wasn't even like guaranteed that he was going to be on the opening day roster. Like there was like this whole like debate.
Yeah. And he might not be around next year. They may just
all last year you said that thing, which is like totally correct. That he looks like the most badass basketball player ever. Just
one of the things I really like about
lean,
him is he's got that Kawhi Leonard look. And by that, I mean, he's got the braids. And some NBA players, like every night, their braids are super tight, super manicured, super well done.
Yeah.
But he has braids that look like they need to be mowed because he's not worried about like Kawhi. Kawhi comes to work looking like a mess sometimes. Like he's got that poofy thing. Like they haven't been twisted in a couple weeks. Like he's overdue for the appointment.
I'll leave this to you.
But that's because we know that Kawhi does not give a shit about it. He's just playing, man. He doesn't care about basketball. He cares about it. And DB has that same look. Like I don't give a damn about I'm here to play.
And again, I think he's if he's your eighth guy off the bench, like that's pretty good. So
yeah.
All right, the Zach Randolph Award for player who is good here, but will ultimately be remembered for wearing another jersey.
Oh, you're killing me.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you're killing me.
It's going to be either Shaedon or Scoot. Probably.
Oh,
I'm just saying, probably. I'm not saying I want this. No. I'm not predicting anything. But there are players that you think are going to have a ceiling. Jermaine O'Neal, Zach Randolph. Yeah. And, for whatever reason, they don't work into your future and you trade them out and they become iconic in another place. Zach Randolph famously found his home in Memphis. I mean, he was that city was made for him.
Yeah. He was. I mean, that was a really good match.
But you can see Shaedon Sharpe getting traded to the Raptors, and that's all you wrote. I mean, that's it.
Oh, that
Who do you got?
Anybody? I mean, it kills me. It absolutely kills me to say it, but I think Shaedon Sharpe is probably the right answer because I think that his, he's definitely not hit his ceiling here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to stay patient enough to allow him to hit his ceiling because his ceiling I think is much higher than what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it would be 100 as a lifelong Blazer fan of a certain age, it would be 100% on brand.
Yeah.
For them in the offseason to trade him to like Toronto or someplace like that. Yeah. And within 2 years he's like a perennial all-star.
Yeah.
He's going for 30 and 9 and 7 every night. Yeah. Shaedon's the right answer there.
Again, Sean and I do not want this to happen.
No.
If Fate is listening, we want Shaedon to stay, but that will be Shaedon's thing. And the sponsor for this one
is the Portland Trailblazers, because that is the history of the Portland Trailblazers.
Yeah. In
a nutshell.
Yeah. And the company that's going to sponsor this one is Tillamook Cheese.
Okay.
Yeah. They are a local thing, but they're globally advertised now. And they got, I forget I'm blanking on the name of the actress, but my grandpa was a Tillamook cheese farmer, and all of a sudden we have like Chris Evans doing Tillamook cheese commercials.
I tell you about the day we went down there and saw a guy got punched out in the parking lot.
That doesn't surprise me.
I didn't realize it had become like basically the Disneyland of the Willamette Valley.
Yeah.
But it was hot. It was a hot day. It was arguments and fights, and a guy hopped out of his truck, another guy hopped out of his truck, and they, settled it the old-fashioned way.
I have some questions for you off air.
Okay.
About dairy and your family in Tillamook.
I think any questions about dairy are better off air. Moving on. Electric lettuce.
All right. Just to let the viewers at home know, a little peek behind the curtain. Sean knows none of the stuff that I'm bringing up. This is just him riffing. This is why he's a pro. Okay. The Clyde Drexler Award for flattest affect. Clyde Drexler was a superstar, but you would not know it talking to him.
If you did not grow up in Portland, you really don't understand. Clyde Drexler was our Michael Jordan. He was absolutely the guy.
Yeah.
The guy.
No Riz.
Negative.
No charisma.
It's absolutely no charisma.
I mean, he was sponsored by Avia, and you couldn't have found a better partnership.
So, and I just want people to. So keep in mind, Nike is an Oregon company.
Yeah.
Nike was founded in Oregon. Nike has always had their business interests here in Oregon.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah. In Oregon. I mean, the University of Oregon, we call it Phil Knight University because Nike is.
We don't.
And
the
Clyde
Oregon people
Drexler.
don't.
Well,
we're a little sensitive about that.
You guys don't like it. You just like the money. Whatever. We don't like to call it Phil Knight. We just like his $28 billion endowment. Okay, whatever. Anyway, Clyde Drexler, sitting here in the seat of Nike country, made the inexplicable decision to sign with Avia.
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure they're still around.
I don't think so. I mean, I actually did see somebody wearing Avias the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Was it like a throwback thing?
That big, blocky bread loaf look is back,
God.
But yeah, he was...
I couldn't even tell you, even if I were interested in getting those shoes, I'm not even sure where they sold those shoes. Like, you didn't go to Foot Locker and find Avias on the
Let me get your Avias. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
nobody's
find those.
Beating you up on the playground for your Avias.
No, well, I mean, they might beat you up for having Avias, but not
you might
in
get
the,
beat up, but your shoes
way,
will be safe.
In the sort of bullying way, like, oh, look at this nerd. Oh, nice Air Clydes, dumbass.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Your shoes will be safe.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no one's lifting your Clyde Drexler Avias.
So,
yeah.
This could also be called the Kawhi Leonard Award.
Yeah.
He's
maybe.
a flat.
But the thing is, Clyde also, like, so in the era of Michael Jordan, like, Michael Jordan had the tongue and he was bald and he was handsome and he was dashing. And up until, like, maybe his last couple years, Clyde had the, like, George Jefferson bald, like, he looked like he was playing in the ABA in, like, 1974. Yeah. He looked like an old man, and he was 29 because
he was an amazing player. But if he would have had some personality behind it, you don't know what the marketing and Kawhi. It's probably not exactly right now that I bring it up because Kawhi sort of feels like he's almost in on the joke a little bit. Like
he's
that whole
leaned
fun
into
guy
the
thing.
fact that I have no not having a personality has become sort of
personality.
a personality. Yeah. Where Clyde just had no personality.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
And I mean, thankfully that team, that sort of Blazer team that he was on had other guys with personality that could kind of cover for him. Yeah. But it was amazing how just negative Riz in that man. Just absolutely.
Yeah, I think we both had the same person for this.
Well, who do you have?
I have Shaden Sharp. I mean, he just doesn't. I love him, but during his media availability, they're like, "Oh, so Shaden, like last year you said this is your least favorite part, and you wish you didn't have to talk to us. Is that still the same?" And he's like, "Yep."
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he can sort of make that into his personality. Is he going to go the Kawhi route and make it sort of a charming thing, kind of, or is he going to go the Clyde route where he just never?
And this award is brought to you by Fred Myers.
Oh, for sure. Perfect.
Freddy's.
Perfect. Where maybe that's where you could have bought the Avias if you wanted.
Yeah, maybe.
The Fred Meyer.
Yeah, Fred Myers. Pick up your Avias and your loaf of bread.
Yeah.
And
fresh out of the oven. Every afternoon, 1:00.
Okay. We got two more. The Jack Ramsey Plaid Award.
Okay.
Oh, we have three more. The Jack Ramsey Plaid Award for player most likely to have a tribute night later where fans dress up like them.
Okay.
I don't know if we have one for this. Do you have one?
Well, let me process.
We have to give it to somebody.
Let me process. I understand most of those words, the combination in which you presented them.
Sorry.
I need to.
I'm a writer.
Yeah, well, no, you're a novelist.
Yeah. Sentences. Yeah. I mean, it's tempting to go Jeremy Grant, but I don't know if he's going to have that kind of thing. So what I'm going to go with is
Jeremy
Scoot,
Grant,
because
Jeremy Grant has the fashion stuff, but Jeremy Grant is also in sort of a Riz deficient character, aside from the fashion. He's not the most engrossing interview.
Because I feel like Scoot has the potential to pop and be a player people remember.
Yeah.
And also he wore that, gleaming suit for draft night. So I think
I'm actually kind of sad that you're wearing a shirt underneath that suit jacket. I thought you were going to go full suit and just one layer.
One
layer.
Yeah.
One layer suit.
And then, then you could have, you can imagine a world where Scoot becomes an all-star and it empowers him to dress even more, outrageously.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Scoot.
I have a theory about Scoot, and this is kind of, tell me what you think.
Okay.
I think he did not need those goggles as long as he had them. I think he's just looking for a look.
Yeah.
He was doing the Cheeto shoes for a while, and then he moved to the goggles. I think he is a man who is desperately wants to find his own look.
Yeah.
A unique look. I think it makes sense that, I think he would be absolutely on top of the world if there were trivia nights where people dressed up like him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's just got to find that,
that
trademark style.
Yeah. In New York, they had the Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest. Yeah. I think Timothy showed up.
He did.
Scoot would show up at his own night.
100%.
Yeah.
Except he would absolutely want to win.
So
it wouldn't be a thing where like, oh, I didn't win.
Yeah. Yeah. Sidebar. I think that there should be a rule where if you are a player with a signature shoe and you choose something as audacious as a Cheeto colorway, you should be required to wear said colorway, a few times during the season for a couple seasons, because as a father of two young boys who idolize Scoot Henderson, and I bought them both Scoot Cheetos, which they're interesting looking, but they might be the ugliest. I mean, they're just like orange. But then they watch the Blazer games and they're like, is he wearing the Cheetos? And he never wears the Cheetos. You should have to wear the Cheetos. You
should say it with your chest. If you're going to have the signature shoe, you should absolutely. But he's a young man, and I feel like all young men kind of go through this period of what's my thing going to be, what's my look going to be. He's experimenting. Yeah, extend him a little grace.
This will be sponsored by Crossroads Thrift Store, maybe, or Village Merchants.
Where you'll
Village
find
Merchants.
All of the past
you can
attempts at the look.
Yeah,
in the resale bin.
Perfect.
Like I'm gonna go down there and find like 6 dozen, goggles and a bunch of Cheeto shoes. All right.
Okay, the Rasheed Wallace and Damon Stoudamire Award for I think I'll drive myself home.
Oh no.
Named after the famous time where they played at the Sonics, and Rasheed and Damon decided to drive their own car home, and were pulled over, where a veritable hotbox of fumes came out the windows. So
the best part about that story,
what
is while they were on the side of the road, being arrested for drug possession, the team bus drove by. With the rest of the guys.
Really?
Coming home, yeah. Because they drove themselves.
Yeah.
But the team was coming back, and they were still the team buses. And the team buses drove by as they were on the side of the road.
So who needs a chaperone?
Who needs a chaperone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. The thing about it is, I mean, you almost want to say Scoot, but I'm not sure he's out there like that.
I don't think Scoot. The thing about this team, and I don't know if it's still in response to the Jailblazers era, is there's not a player on the team where you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
the thing is, I would want security around Tumani, but not for drugs, just because he might literally try to eat someone's face at random.
Well, we can flip it. We could say, who needs a chaperone to protect them,
Yeah, but I mean, the chaperone in Tumani's case would be to protect everyone else.
Sure, yeah.
From him going completely
no,
nuclear.
This is a kid's arcade. You cannot yell at children if you beat them.
Yeah. Put that kid down, please.
Yeah. You know who we should have done for a sneaky dark horse for flattest affect would be Chris Murray.
Yeah.
He does not change his facial expressions.
He doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
His affect, his facial expressions. Yeah. I love the developing thing that he only ever dunks with two hands. He never dunks with one hand.
Why is that?
I
didn't know that was a thing.
Basketball fundamentals, I guess. But yeah, like Lamar Hurd and Kevin Calabro is a part of their Cedar Rapids stand-up narrative. Like and it's true. Like he doesn't ever dunk with one hand. He only dunks with two hands.
I think we should give this award to Kevin Calabro.
Yeah,
because that man will talk himself into a corner sometimes 100%. And say some pretty weird stuff. And we love him. I have no notes. It's perfect.
Listen, if you told me that Kevin Calabro got pulled over on a road trip back from Seattle because he had a couple extra tipples of Grandpa's cough tonic, that would not surprise me at all.
Congratulations, Kevin Calabro.
Shout out to Kevin Calabro.
This award is also sponsored by Weed Shop. Rejected awards. These are awards that I thought about but didn't do. Named one for Greg Brown. Another one for Quintel Woods. I won't tell you what they are.
Well, now, what fun is that? I know what the Greg Brown one is.
So it's
player most likely to have to rent out his custom car.
Self-protection. We're a positive-leaning podcast here. The final award is the Damian Lillard Timepiece Award for player who most likely to have a statue outside of Moda. But this is probably a boring award because it's probably going to be one of the young guys, right? Like, we don't know. It's like Shaden Sharp or Scooter, whoever's has the most potential to pop and be great. But I'm going to go Denny.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to go Denny.
Okay, let me ask you this, though. Let's workshop this a little bit. Okay, they haven't done the Dame statue yet, right?
Well, no, but I'm assuming it'll
at some point they probably will. Okay.
Yeah, but he has to retire first.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. Who would have the best statue? Because the thing about it, there's this trend of these guys
with terrible statues.
Just absolutely god awful. If I was Dwayne Wade, I would sue. I'd have my lawyers run into the court.
He was tickled.
I know, because he seems like a nice guy.
That does not look like him at all.
No.
And he was like, perfect.
Yeah.
Love
I'm
it.
so honored.
100%.
Yeah, because he's a decent person. I'm not. I would be on the dark web.
Yeah.
I need to assassinate a statue. Can someone please help me?
You'd be caught vandalizing your own statue.
100%.
Yeah. Well, the best one. Well, I think Bill Walton, just because the proportions of it would be so fun.
Right.
If it's life-size, that's a big guy.
It's actually kind of a shame that he already doesn't have, because that's one you could just put outside like the old Memorial Coliseum building. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. It wouldn't even have to be in the official Rose Garden.
He doesn't have one, right? There's no statues right now.
No, which is crazy.
It's crazy because there obviously should be Bill Walton, probably a Clyde. And then
Clyde could have had one if he had any Riz.
Well,
and what's that statue going to be?
Actually, they forgot that Clyde played for the team.
Yeah, well.
But the Bill Walton, I think the Bill Walton one would be the most fun because, the kids are posing with him. They're looking up.
You could do so much with it.
Yeah.
You could do so much with it.
The Dame one, it could be cool. He's got the...
Well, the Dame one's going to be...
Yeah. Or the final shot where he's waving. Waving goodbye.
Sure.
Yeah, there should be more statues, I feel like. But I feel like we're very close to the point where there's going to be too many statues. And it's like, Dion Waiters got one? Like, what? You know what I mean?
I'm a fan.
You love a statue.
Employ the artists. Give the artists the jobs. Let's do more statues. No, not AI.
Yeah.
Even though I would sneakily love to see an AI version of Tumani. Just replace his head with a shark's face. Or whatever, Yeah,
there's a scene where they're unveiling the Tumani thing and then you see it from the back and they pull down the curtain and the kids start crying. They did it too lifelike. He's too intense.
Way too intense.
All right, I think that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, but we need to make actual awards. We should do the press. We should send the players.
Are you trying to get arrested?
Just a couple of
this weird thing
orders.
In the award.
Yeah, we can't come within 200 feet of the Rose Garden.
Yeah. If anybody's still listening to this,
why? What are you doing? What is your life? What is your life that you're still listening to us? What the hell is wrong with you?
What I was gonna say.
Oh, sorry.
Is you can come up with awards for future Helpies if you would like.
Okay.
We would like that.
Sure.
Yeah. Send us your Helpies.
Send us your Helpies.
It sounds like such a disease.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, congratulations. I got some news. You have Helpies.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Grant's like,
which doctor do I go to for that?
Yeah. Does the team doctor handle that?
Yeah. Well, Well, I tell you, the one thing that I'm taking from this is I'm going to wear a suit to every podcast episode we do from here on out. I feel terribly underdressed.
I told you it was an award show.
Yeah. It's my fault. I feel bad.
I'm basically 2 minutes away from total vaudeville at this point. So.
And me wearing a t-shirt to the award ceremony brought to you by Electric Lettuce.
Yeah. All right. Thanks as always to Puma Distortion. Thanks to Electric Lettuce. We're
Yep.
sponsoring this.
Wait a minute. No, you can't. Don't get us in trouble. Listen, the worst thing in the world would be this show to end because we got sued by Electric Freaking Lettuce. Let's not do that.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know anybody.
We're not officially affiliated with them at all. It was just, they just have a cool sign.
Yeah. I don't know anybody there.
Yeah.
All right. Puma Distortion, you're great. We love you. And we'll see you later.
Strong finish.
If I can play the outro
Get
music.
this man
Strong
some help.
finish.
Stop it. Get some help.
A Blazers podcast.
I was gonna do my hair more slicked, like we'll put like gel in it or something. But then I was like, how much do I want to sell this? At what point is it?
Is it